Good morning, guys. It is officially December 1st, and it is about 8 o'clock in the morning, about 40 degrees. It's a little chilly, but I'm bundled up properly, so I'll be okay. What can I say today? I'm very busy. This is a weird week. I'm working on making a few things for the upcoming markets that are the countdown in December. Usually in Staten Island, there are about 2 weekends that I think, in my opinion, are vital. You know, it depends. You know, everyone has a different outcome, but usually the first Saturday and the second Saturday and Sunday of December are where the markets are at, and that's where I make some art pieces or get ready for an art show or outside. So I'm gonna have outdoor markets in this cold weather, and I'm doing it, and I'm hoping that there's no rain or wind, but who knows? But that's just that's the nature of doing markets. You just hope for the best. And I'm headed off to work too, so I really have no days off, nothing, all in December, and it's really interesting how much energy I have. I really don't have a lot of energy, and I know I talked last time in the last video. I didn't want to burn myself out, so I have to be very careful here. I'm on the verge of burnout, so I need to rest, need to take naps, need to eat well, need to sleep well. I need days off from everything. So we'll see. Here's our little friend, the turkeys. They were the stars of Thanksgiving. Well, technically not. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's kind of nice to just walk by and see turkeys. You see turkeys. Wildlife here in Staten Island is amazing. It really is. It cheers me up. Puts a smile on my face. Yeah, so I was burning the midnight oil for 2 days in a row, making sculptures, and I realized my process. I've learned to understand it and learn new ways of sculpting things, sculpting especially animals. I'm finding weaknesses, though, in the human structure anatomy, where I'm not very good at doing it. It might be my clay as well. And it takes a little bit of time for detail for the human face. With animals, I can make them look cute, and I like that. And you can get them you can actually fine tune some of them too. Some of the sea animals, like seahorses and whales and fishes, you can do pretty good. But when it comes to the human face, that's another ball game, a challenge. And I love challenges. So I'm at the place where it is cold, winter is coming, and the skies seem more blue and gray, muted. And so this is a good time for me to have reflection, and it's also a place where I get emotional. I'll share something with you. Last night, I was as I was making some ornaments in my little studio, I decided to put on something in the background to relax my mind, and I decided to just play the movie It's a Wonderful Life. And I don't know if you know it, it's with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed, I believe. These are legends of Hollywood, and as I watched the movie, I already felt so emotional already, right when the beginning started, and I guess I'm just tapping in. Sometimes movies and music tap into your psychic mainstream, your psyche. And by the end of the movie, I was tearing up, which is weird. You know, I mean, I like the movie. It's such a the character, I think I was just felt so bad for and rooted on, and realized this. He finds out that he has friends and he's not alone. And that's what this world sometimes feels like. You can get trapped into making things and creating art and trying to catch something that probably isn't even there. But don't forget who you see every day along the way, family and friends and people that you meet. That's gold. That's the part where you want to capture those moments. And it's work. Every day is a struggle to make it happen, to make it work every day. So you have to be very, very careful how you do it. A lot of people tend to, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people. I'll say me. I tend to sometimes forget. I get knocked off the beam. And I realize I'm not perfect, but I try to, every day, try to progress. And that means taking little baby steps. Yep, little baby steps. Whew. Hey guys, whew. Just catching a breath here. I've been fiddling with the camera, trying to get the light setting right and trying to show you a little bit of my humble, beautiful home I love so much. There's a nutcracker that my love has recently got me. I have a huge collection of nutcrackers. In fact, they're right in front of me. I just can't turn the camera around and show you right now because I don't have that ability right now. And I have a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree behind me. And I also decided to have some apple cake that my love makes. And again, some eggnog. So here's a little toast to everyone out there. I hope you're enjoying the end of fall. That's why I named this video. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Fall is coming to an end. And within fall or autumn, there's a lot of things that were going on this season, which I appreciate. I never really thought of fall and autumn as part of Christmas, but it is. It is so much. The leaves, when they change orange and brown and yellow and red from their main color of green, it's a signal for me, I guess. It's an instinct to get ready for Halloween. But there's also Thanksgiving. And then there's coming of Christmas. Now, technically, winter will be coming first before, and then it's Christmas. But I just feel like there's a build-up to it. And this year is just, it's just weird. It's just, I really think about Christmas and how much emphasis I put on it. I'm speaking personally for me. See, when I was young, Christmas was introduced to me as a very young culture, as an American. And especially for children, it can be a thing of expectations of music, food, days off from school, and most importantly, when I was young, was presents. And presents were the main focus for me, the objective. That was the whole point of it for me for Christmas. It was the retail side, yeah, that's what it's all about for me when I was young. And as I got older, I realized Christmas was stressful as an adult. You have to buy gifts, and it also, especially when I live in New York City, there's this buying mode where everything's thrown to us. There's things that we wanted before, and now they make it a way that you can get them. They may not be the biggest things, like basic things like a home and a car and food, but it's so weird. They throw you other things. And I mean, I guess people who sell electronics, cars, t-shirts, cameras, devices, toys, clothes, and these are all stuff. This is a whole bunch of stuff that in the psychology of the mind can really rot. I think it can become rotten sometimes, and it's not being mean, but it's just, it can rot your brain with Christmas. And you start hearing the Christmas music, and you start seeing the colors, red and green, and the advertisements, and the frost, and the snowflakes, and they give the air the certain cartoons that you grew up with, like Charlie Brown Christmas, which I have a love for. I always watch Charlie Brown Christmas. I guess the message with Linus is always something I look forward to, even though, I have my own debate with it, but I still enjoy just kids, one kid speaking about what he thinks Christmas is, which is a beautiful thing. I think Charles Schultz was onto something there, about commercial. There's a lot of famous quotes there. I actually love Charlie Brown Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna have a piece of apple cake. Mm. Mm. I'm sorry you're hearing me crunch away on this apple cake, but it's really good. It's something my fiance makes, and I'm gonna have some eggnog. So, continuing with the end of fall and making room for another season, my spirit is very creative during this time. Actually, fall is very creative to me. I start making more things of art. This year I actually attempted to make ornaments, and believe it or not, I failed. Not in making them, but finishing them. See, I finished them, but I didn't do it correctly. I was in a rush, and I tried new things, and it didn't work out. And that's okay, and that's part of a process. And the reason I was failing is because I'm rushing myself to create things, to do markets. And markets this year were great. Fairs, holiday fairs, or whatever you call it, Christmas fairs. I did a couple this year, and I was very happy with the ones I did this year. Very happy. I met some people and met new people, new friends, new relationships. And I also met old friends and rekindled old friendships, and that feels really good to be a part of. And just seeing this artist community that grows in Staten Island that may not seem like it's there, but it is there. And I have met crafters, artists, singers, poem writers, sculptors, photographers, singer. It's just, let's go on. But just grateful to be part of that community. And being an artist, I have access to those people and I meet them, and I actually meet even more artists who are in they're in different periods of their life, and they share so much valuable experience. I really love it that they can share that with me. They drop some knowledge, and it's just so nice. It really is. When I was doing the culture shop this year at Yongnuo Maritime, which was a great market, I love it indoors, beautiful, beautiful place to be in. There was a couple of artists that I had remembered. One of them on the island who had a interview, which I saw her on social media, was Sarah Euster, and I saw Sarah. She needed some help after the show, and she just gave some great knowledge about being what it takes to be an artist, and you have to make it a full-time job, and that's what, if you want that, and that is a beautiful thing. So thank you, Sarah. If you're out there watching this video, you are awesome, and that's something I've strived to do. I always strive to make art, being an artist, a job. It doesn't have to feel like a job, though. It's just something I do, and the work that is involved is amazing. Me and my fiance, if we're talking serious here, just to create art, we have to first find the material and get inspiration is another thing. So getting inspiration, finding material, making things, and then figuring out how to show the world, or how to show our community people in our world, our small world or large world of artists and friends and collectors. So these are steps. These are not walls. These are not roadblocks. This is just part of it. This is just like anything else. There's just things, there's steps or things that are just naturally in an environment, like humans and trees and animals and homes and cars and shelter and all that you need. And that's just part of being an artist as well. It's just like a job where you need, show up, clothes and time clocks and lunches and dealing with stress. It's the same thing, but it's a fantastic feeling. It's just what you choose. For me, though, as an artist, it doesn't feel like a job. That's the weird thing. It's something I love. I'll put it this way. I think you've heard this so many times. When you love something, it's not a job. And that's amazing, It doesn't feel like a job, because that's even better. Some people say, I really love my job, and that I can say that too. That's another way of saying I really love my job as an artist. Whew. Yeah, it's just a lot of contemplating about the art this year. Was fantastic. Just a great show at the Noble Time. Again, I'll mention Maritime. It was Dawn, a lady by the Dawn Michaels, who curates and who understands artists, did a great job of gathering a collective of artists, and we had a great outputting, and we also had other. What goes on in Staten Island is on one of the biggest months of the year is December, that first week where we have Snug Harbor, which is the area where all these artists come. So we had a couple of new shows. We had Art Lab, which we used to do a lot. We love Art Lab. Then we did Noble Maritime. And then we also there was another shop called Curiosity Rose, which is another show. So, and this is just a collective of artists just doing different shows on this land area. And you get to meet the customers and old friends and see what they get to see what you make. And believe it or not, this was the exciting part of it. I'm sorry, guys, my phone is ringing. But the excitement was, how should I say this? I had created a painting this year of Snug Harbor, and you saw it in one of my videos of the octopus and Snug Harbor. And I sold it. I was so happy. And so I'm happy to that young couple with their son who's going to put it in their room. And thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And yeah. And I also made some ornaments that sold this year that were new and old. And that's really good. And my fiance, she has been a big part of my artist community. I have to thank her a million times fold. She drives. She helps me sort it out, puts the display out. I just want to thank you, Barbara, so much. What a great year we had in art, and I could not have done this without her. And it's also, it's okay to ask for help as an artist sometimes. I used to look down upon people who are artists. I used to think they were scavengers or con artists, or, and this is being me being honest. And what did I know? I knew nothing about being an artist. I knew nothing. I never was in someone's shoes of making art and selling. I looked down upon them as people who were just lazy, didn't try to, get a 9 to 5. That's not the truth of it all. See, that's the thing about being an artist, that it is a lot of work, and it's a road that you take on your own. And to take a road on your own, just like life, it has its ups and downs, and you can roll with it or fight with it. You choose. But at the end, that's your result. At this road of life, you just continue on. And that's just a contemplation right now. Really think about. I'm just thinking a reflection right here, just a big reflection about that. And yeah, when I just pull back for a minute and think, when I wanted to be an artist, when I wanted to make the decision to be an artist, which was around 2010 or 2011, and I remember. I was selling t-shirts for a friend who was a fantastic artist himself, and he was, he did these beautiful silk screens, but he had these large paintings. He's a Red Hook artist. I love him. Pete Hildebrand. Pete, if you're watching, hi. Thank you for motivating me too. And just watching him, making art, so I decided, I can't be as talented or not, but it wasn't comparing, but it was just doing my own thing. So I started doing portraits of the Statue of Liberty and drawings of cityscapes and painting animals, and that's what I went by. And I had my best friend at the time, my best friend who had passed away, it's going to be 2 years, but he was an artist. And, me and him, we talked about it, and I went out there and sold my art in Central Park, in the streets of Central Park, and sold his art in Central Park. And that was my journey. That was almost, wow, I'm going to say that's almost 10 years. 10 years I put into this. And now I'm starting to I haven't even scratched the surface. I'm just beginning, and I feel great, Do I measure myself against other artists? No, I can't measure against other artists. Other artists are they have different levels and different styles and different attempts. Criticism. As an artist, I get tons of criticism. I know I'm the biggest critic. I know on social media you can get criticized. I had a comment a while back about me trying to do Madam X, and a gentleman who was on the channel, very talented artist himself, who can play an instrument as well, had said it was an ugly attempt. It was horrible at attempting to do John Singer Sargent's Madam X. And I knew it was just a study, but he had commented how horrible even the attempt was. And I find it fascinating that it's said that way, that we can criticize someone so quickly. And at first I was alarmed, but then I just realized I had to pull back and realize, yes, this was not a serious attempt at trying to paint Madam X. There's so many ways of approaching it, and I just did it to do fast. And this is not a minute to say, this is not to give an excuse. This was just artistic expression. And this is what you face in social media, which is fine. It is fine. It is something I think I like to allow that. Will I engage in it? No, not all the time. I really don't like engaging in it. I actually don't look to engage, but I like to look into my deep psyche of myself and realize what the other person might be going through, or may try to convey and express their energy in a different way. Yeah. I know that was a whole load of information I just gave you on another side of me, but as I come to this is my second year vlogging, and I wanted to make this video because one, I've been getting used to making videos every week, and with this busy month of November and December, I haven't really been making as many videos, and I'm okay with that too. I actually like the small community that I have. Thank you for the subscribers I have. I'm really blessed to have that. Any subscribers is great too, and I like my small community of people that I gained a lot from this year. Trove Arts, what a great group of guys. Aaron and Julia, love you guys as always. They were phenomenal in and just doing videos, and made me spark ideas to be creative as well. So thank you guys. You're not just you're not just Aaron and Julia. You're Aaron and Julia that gave. You support it to other people on YouTube, and I saw that. You did unboxings. You shared your art and your creativity with the videos, and how there's so much love that went into it. And I love you guys for that. And that was just an amazing expression. And you always reached out to me and said hi, and I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And then I met other people along the way, some new people, new faces, and I even have, I love some great conversations I have. Nene, thank you so much. You have you have 3 beautiful videos on YouTube right now that I love and enjoy. So thank you, and I love talking when I have the chance to write back. You have great insight, and I respect that. And so, there's just these communities that you make, these people you meet also on YouTube, and I think that's a great outlet to use, a great bridge. So we can meet there, and that feels like a connection. That's what I do it for, a connection to the, I can get connection, human connection here, and that's great, but also there's just something about YouTube psyche connection. Maybe I'm blabbing out about that. And so I'm gonna have another zip of eggnog. It's not spiked, by the way. I don't drink alcohol. I wanted to tell you also where I'm going at with this channel is also, as I keep going. I want to keep showing you guys my art journey and places I go to for inspiration. So a lot of my videos won't be a lot of how-tos, not as much as I want to be. Maybe there will be a how-to video, or I'll show you, what I know of color theory and, drawing line structures and materials I use, and maybe even show you a process. And, there might even be a Patreon coming soon where I just show you, things. Maybe I'll do a Patreon on that, which if you guys are interested, that's great. But for now, I'm just enjoying where I'm at with the channel, and I love your input, guys. It's every day I express a lot of emotions, because my emotions I actually bring those up front all the time, and I think a lot of us do that. And I don't find it overbearing. I actually have to sometimes find it that I have to just bring it down a little bit, because sometimes people don't want to, not that people, but sometimes I just have to relax and sit with my feelings. That's what I mean. Sit with my emotions. And so I know I tend to express them a lot on camera, and my ideas on camera, and then that's just part of me. So I hope you guys, hope you could, understand that, embrace that, as I embrace it myself. But I also want to turn around and say I'm very humbled to be speaking behind a camera that I bought literally 3 years ago. I paid it off with my own money, working my job, working my 9 to 5, the equipment I use, the lenses I buy, the home I live in, and that's because I have a loving partner too. So I'm going to be honest with that. A loving partner who I still work, of course. It doesn't, she supports me in many ways. And that's, she cooks, she's a great cook. She loves me and nurtures me. She washes my clothes. I love her, I want to wash my clothes. I wash my clothes too, but she'll wash them mostly now. And, but that's not what a partner's about either. There's a connection. There's going to be a couple of things you look for. And that's, there's the emotional, spiritual, and physical. These are so many things when you can get these spiritual, emotional, physical, and even in reality also there is finances that have to come into play sometimes too. So it's part of life too, in a way. People won't admit it, but I think I didn't admit it. I used to think that money shouldn't count for relationships, but sometimes it can be effective. And I'm not saying to go meet someone who makes a 6-figure income and stay home. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying finances means that you both sit down and talk about things, about how you both, where you're at with your finances, and how that affects you spiritually, and how does that affect you as a person. And what is it? Money can be a scary thing to talk to other people about, especially someone you're intimate with sometimes. spending habits are another thing where adults talk about this, and what do we spend, and what are we spending it on, and what are we investing it on. That's just part of life. And then the spiritual side, where this is something beautiful between two people who either share, they respect each other's beliefs, and they have a connection somewhere with that as well. I don't want to get into that too much. So I think I wanted to say, ending this video, is I am so grateful for what a year of videos I had put up. I put up a lot of videos this year, maybe over 20 videos, I think. To me, it's a lot. Who knows? But it might even be over 30 videos. But these videos were to just, to get it out there to start. And I hope to continue making more videos. And I hope you guys enjoy me making these videos as you see the life of an artist, especially now that I'm in Staten Island. It's been almost 2 years. It's been 2 years of chronicling of Staten Island. Living as an artist in Staten Island, who works a full-time job anyway, working with people with disabilities. So I have another job where I work with people with disabilities. That's my regular job. But my artist job when I get home is that. So, and then also karaoke host. But that's another story. I'm not a singer. I guess I just want to wish everyone a beautiful end to fall. It's not to say a sad goodbye, but a grateful hug, and to let it go so that you can let another beautiful season come into play, which will be winter. And winter will be even more magical. Autumn, fall is magic, but wait till winter comes, and it's going to be a whole place. This is the time to re-energize and think of new ideas and finish those ideas that you didn't finish. I think I'm going to try to attempt that and show you guys my journey for that in winter time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I want you to have a happy end of fall and a wonderful winter. And if I don't put a video up of a Christmas video before Christmas, I want to wish you guys a happy holidays and a happy new year. And I will see you soon in the next year. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.